1 million years ago, there were no roads, no maps, no cities, only wind, dust, hunger, and fear. And yet, a small group of early humans made the most dangerous decision of their lives. They left everything behind, not for adventure, not for curiosity, but because staying meant death. This is the story of the Great Migration, when early humans walked into the unknown and changed the future of humanity forever. The land was changing. The rainy season came late, and when it finally arrived, it barely brought water. Rivers shrank into muddy lines, trees dropped fewer fruits, and the animals they hunted began to disappear. Every day, the tribe searched farther and found less. The elders remembered better times, but the young hunters didn't. They only knew hunger, and hunger does something terrifying. It forces people to do the impossible. Soon, the tribe faced a truth they couldn't ignore. If they stayed, they would slowly die. One morning, the tribe noticed something strange. A group of antelope moved in a direction they had never seen before, toward distant hills beyond the horizon. The hunters watched carefully. Animals don't migrate without a reason. And then they saw it again. Birds, moving the same way. Even elephants, traveling far, like they were following an invisible path. The tribe leader stood silently, staring into the distance. He didn't speak much, but everyone understood what he was thinking. The animals are leaving, because they know something we don't. That night, the tribe gathered around the fire. The flames flickered in the dark, and the air smelled like smoke and dry grass. The elders argued. Some said, "This is our home. Our ancestors lived here." Others said, "There is no home without food." The mothers stayed quiet, holding their children. The young hunters wanted to move. The older ones feared it, because leaving meant walking into the unknown, where predators waited, where storms could kill, where no one knew the way back. Finally, the leader stood up. He pointed toward the dark horizon, and he made a simple statement. "We go." At sunrise, the tribe prepared. They didn't have bags. They didn't have tools like we do today. So they took only what mattered: sharp stones, wooden spears, fire embers carried carefully in dry grass, and the knowledge of survival. But they left behind something far more valuable: familiar land, safe caves, known water holes, and the graves of those they loved. One woman stood near an old tree. She touched the bark gently, as if saying goodbye, because she knew she might never see this place again. The journey began slowly. At first, it felt like a hunt, a long hunt, but days passed, then weeks. The sun burned their skin. Their feet cracked and bled. Children cried for water. Old people struggled to breathe, and every night the tribe slept in fear. Because the dark belonged to predators. Lions watched from far away. Hyenas laughed in the distance. Sometimes the tribe woke up to footprints around their camp, proof that they were being followed. The humans had one advantage. They stayed together, they moved as one. Then came the worst day. The tribe reached a dry valley. No trees, no shade, no water, just endless rock and heat. A child collapsed. A mother screamed. The tribe stopped. The leader looked around. The elders whispered,
"We should go back."
But going back meant returning to starvation, and forward meant risking death. The tribe stood at the edge of collapse. And then, one of the hunters saw something. A line of green far in the distance. Not much, but enough to give hope. The leader raised his hand, and the tribe moved again. After days of walking, they found it. A river. Real water. Not mud. Not a dying puddle. A living river. The tribe ran to it like they were seeing magic. They drank. They washed their faces. They cried. Nearby there were animals, fresh tracks, new herds, and trees with fruit. For the first time in a long time, they didn't feel like they were dying. They had survived. But something inside them had changed. Because once you leave everything behind, you are no longer the same person. That tribe didn't know it. But their footsteps were history. Because migrations like this happened again and again. Groups of early humans spread across Africa, then into the Middle East, then eventually into Asia and Europe. 1 million years ago. Humanity didn't conquer the world with technology. It conquered the world with one thing: the courage to move forward, even when the future was unknown. And that is why the Great Migration was the moment humans truly became unstoppable.